Okay, so welcome to Let's Talk. So this week it's a bit of a Jamaica special. We have the one and only reggae boy, which is Del. So Del, say hello.
Welcome, people. How are we doing?
Welcome.
Yeah. Reggae Boy Gaming from YouTube. How are you doing? Looking forward to this podcast with the boys. How you boys doing? You good?
Yeah, good mate. Yeah, really good. Yeah. So we've got Del on. So we're going to do a bit of a Jamaica theme at the end. So we're going to do Jamaica's all-time best 11 of current and past players. And then we're just going to talk general football, Mourinho and Spurs, social media boycott that's happening at the moment, and just get Del's opinion and stuff. And then we'll talk to Del a little bit more detail about his channel and stuff, and he can plug his channel a little bit. But yeah, do you want to kick it straight off? Sean, do you want to kick it off, Mourinho and Spurs?
Well, it's not, it's obviously it's a bit of a shock, like a week before the cup final. In that regard, it's a bit of a shock. But then if you look on previous results, maybe it's not really a surprise because it looks like they're not going to make top four. So really and truthfully, if had it not been for the fact that they had a cup final coming up and then they just sacked him, I think that would have been maybe understandable. Just so they could maybe, bring maybe someone fresh in or something like that towards the end of the season where it might just give them a lift and they can come out of their shell. Because if you see the way they're playing, there's no way Spurs fans are going to be happy with that. They're just they'll score one goal and then they just park the bus. Like for a team with that much attacking intent and the way that they started the season where they were really playing well, for them to just go back in their shell and play the way they've been have been doing is poor. And like they should still win Europa League. They should have done much better than that. They probably could have even won it. But they've been a shambles, really, and results. It's cost the manager, really. Obviously, maybe the Super League thing has some implications as to why Mourinho lost his job. But to be fair, if he didn't win the cup final anyway, I think he would have gone anyway. So it's a surprise at the time he's gone, but in the end, I think he was going to go anyway. So yeah.
What do you think, though?
A couple of things. I think obviously the Super League money made him think I can sack him now because I heard he got 34 million. To get rid of him. So Mourinho's chilling with 34 million now, you know what I mean? And then he gets offered the Celtic job, so he's thinking, well, I don't need the money now. But yeah, I think as well, part of it, I think if he'd have gone on and won the cup final, I think that would have got him an extra year. And like you said, with the results-wise, I think end of season have gone, you finished 7th, 8th, whatever, we're getting rid of you. But if he'd have won the cup, that had got him another year. And Mourinho, he won 12 out of 14 finals. You know what Mourinho's like for finals? They played crap, but they might have gone on to beat Man City. And to be honest, Tottenham's record against Man City ain't that bad under Pochettino and Mourinho, to be fair. Yeah. So I think there's a bit of both. Obviously, when it first came out, it was kind of like apparently kicked off about the Super League thing and stuff like that, which I don't know. Mourinho, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I respect him if he did, because fair play, because I was completely against it anyway myself. But yeah, I honestly do think if he'd have won it, that's an extra year. The Tottenham fans would have probably gone, okay, we've won something the first time since Ledley King was around, and God knows how long since then that happened. So yeah, I think it was one of them things really. And Daniel Levy's he's not a daft geezer, he's a savvy bloke. And I think for Tottenham as well, the reason they went to the Super League is you look at Tottenham now, Daniel Levy's built this club, they've got a massive stadium now, good squad, it's £1 billion club now. And unfortunately for Levy, he's been trying to sell him for years. Unfortunately now, no one can afford to buy him. So they need to be in the Super League for him to sell him. Yeah. And that's the only reason why Tottenham got there, because they shouldn't be nowhere near any kind of Super League. You know what I mean? They shouldn't even be in the Barclays Walking Football League, to be fair at the moment. But that's my thing. I mean, he's still a good coach, but I think he's done in England now. I really do. I think he has to go elsewhere. I think he's more suited to Italian football with his style of football. And for me, it's kind of sad because he was nice in the beginning. I liked his confidence/arrogance, and now he just seems like a grumpy old geezer now that just loses his rag too much. So it's a shame his demise. He'll always be remembered, but yeah, I think Daniel Levy tried to pull a fast one with the old Super League money, and now he's 34 million down. So yeah.
I completely agree. To be fair, I think the League Cup, does it really mean anything? Like if he had won it, and I think that was the thing that I think if he had won it, he came in to win trophies. If they sack him, I've won your trophy. What are you sacking me for? Do you know what I mean? So, and I think if they win the League Cup, what does it mean? It doesn't really mean it's a trophy, but they're probably going to get into the European Cup anyway. Do you know what I mean? As in the UEFA Cup, so it doesn't really mean anything. And I think that's probably why he's gone. I mean, bringing in Ryan Mason as your coach, unproven. He's not going to. You want to say he's going to inspire results to get them up the league table. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's definitely one of them where they've just got rid of Mourinho just for this sake, but we're not going to win. If we win the cup, we might have to keep him, and at the moment we're going downhill. The only thing I'd say on that though, where do you think Tottenham should be in the league with the team they've got? Without Mourinho, where would you put Tottenham? I'd put them 7th. I'd put them where they are, like 7th, 8th, with their team that they've got.
No, I
They
think
should be challenging.
They're better than that.
We said they've got a better squad than Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that attacking force, they're definitely better than that.
And you've got to say, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a Liverpool fan. Liverpool have gone backwards this year, but Tottenham obviously in the Champions League final a couple of years ago. And they've gone backwards since then. I mean, there's a lot of players. I mean, Dele Alli disappeared out of nowhere. Kane seems to be doing a different sort of role. There's only a few players in that team that have come out with some grace, really. Dyer's gone downhill, I think.
Yeah.
Son and Kane are the only ones really that keep on going. Lloris, how on earth he won a World Cup? I don't rate him at all, to be fair.
No, I don't know.
So it's just, yeah. So it's one of them, yeah. I think 7th is about right, but I think they should at least be thereabouts for 4th place, at least be in the question for 4th place with 6 games to go, maybe 5 games to go.
They're still in there, though, aren't they? They are still in there.
Yeah, but
I think Mourinho's been a little bit unfair. I don't think Mourinho could have done much better with that squad. I think he's done okay with the card he's been dealt with.
No, I think
where should he be though? With that squad, where should that squad? That squad's better than Liverpool's squad.
But I know what you're saying. But if you look at it, right, the way that they started and how they were much more attacking, I'm not like they were top of the league playing that expansive attacking football. I'm not saying eventually they would have maybe fatigued or been picked off in towards the end of the season, but the way that they started with that attacking intent, that's the best. That's the most and the best he got out of that team, and the way that they should have been playing all season. And then he decided to put them back in their shell. So in terms of getting the best out of the team that he had, that was when they were more around the start of the season when they made it to the top of the league. That's when he got the best out of the team he got. After that, it's not good enough.
No, I get
Tottenham
that.
as well, though. With him, he kind of belittles players a little bit. I mean, I remember the day he got sacked. Apparently, Danny Rose jumped out of the back of a van and shouted at the reporters, "What are you doing here for?" Laughing his ass off. So, like, even he knew. Kane was the only one that came out and went, "Oh, thanks, boss, appreciate it." The rest of them, no one said a word. I think they all.
Well, Kane was his boy, wasn't he? He was his
boy,
but
I think a lot of them, like you see it at Chelsea and the other places, like he belittles players to try and get the best out of them, kind of reverse psychology. And then after 2 or 3 years, the player's like, you know what, I'm sick of hearing this. And then eventually falls out of people. So maybe that's a case at Tottenham. He's just falling out with too many people there. I mean, you know full well when you're clutching at straws, when you're linked with Fellaini, trying to bring Fellaini back and say, get Fellaini, just rescue my season. He's finally lost his mind now. Fellaini's going to come back from China, and it's like, yeah. So, yeah, I think when Mourinho, I think part of it sometimes might be his own personality lets him down a little bit with the players, maybe.
Yeah, I think to be fair, I mean, everyone saw it when he first got appointed. It was a poor decision. Like everybody knew it wasn't going to work. It was. Do you know what I mean? It was a recipe for disaster, really, wasn't it? Like it was never going to work, and it was brought in to win trophies. But you know the way that Tottenham play, they expect a way of playing, and Mourinho doesn't play that way. So it was always set up to fail, really. Where do you think he goes next, Mourinho?
SPL.
SPL. Can you actually see that though? I can't see that happening.
What, a Celtic?
Yeah,
Champions League
I
football,
can't see
isn't it?
that happening. Not a chance.
What, a Celtic?
They can't afford his wages. Like,
mate, Mourinho versus Gerrard again.
30 million.
Why not?
No, Celtic do have a lot of money. They've got big investors up there, and it is. I mean, after you've done about 84 rounds, you're in Champions League group stage, aren't you, in Scotland? I mean, I don't know if does second place even get a way through, or is it straight Europa League?
They can still qualify for Champions League, but yeah.
So I mean, you can go up there and you can win the quadruple, and then you come back and your reputation. Look at Brendan Rodgers as well. I mean, I always rated Rodgers anyway. But you can go up there, win a few trophies, and you kind of foot's in the door again in the Premier League again, to be fair. But with Mourinho, he likes to spend money. He's either walked into a team where they've either won the league previously, or someone's gone, here you go, here's a load of cash. And unfortunately with Tottenham, Levy won't do that. Levy will not give you money like that at all.
Yeah, he's good. He's good at. I think he's good at. If you give him the tools, I think he'll win you trophies. But it's just how much money tools you need to give him. Like look at Chelsea.
What about national job?
Spent at Chelsea.
Yeah, I think if Portugal do poor, let's say if Portugal get knocked out of the group stage, national job for him maybe.
But we just said like he likes to bring in players, doesn't he? He likes to build a team. Like with Portugal,
but they've got quality players though. They've got quality players even in their team and their youth system. They've got quality players coming through the ball. And also, if you look up the way Portugal play, I know attacking wise, they've got such good threat. But you see how they won the Euros.
Oh,
They
my
were
God,
solid defensively. He would
They didn't win a
love
group
that.
game, did they? They didn't win a group game, though. They drew 3
They finished
games.
third in the group, and he won it.
Yeah.
Defensively, they were solid. And if he can build a team with a solid foundation to that Portugal national team, I'll tell you something. They'd be. I'd pick them. To win. Fair enough, Ronaldo might not make. Ronaldo might retire by then, but they've still got tons of quality coming through anyway.
Yeah, you got João Felix, stuff like that, playing for him. So
I mean.
I mean, he could do a job then. I think, like I say, with his tactics, one-off games in a tournament like that, like I said, it could win you. It could win it. That's the
Look
one
at
thing
Italy when it was Italy with Conte. They're a terrible team.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing with England. England don't really go in. England always go, we'll go rigid 4-4-2 or whatever. They don't really have a tactical way of winning tournaments. We kind of go in it with a bit too much, and there's never really a balance with it. Whereas he could do that, and if if you can get Fellaini a Portuguese passport, he's going to be laughing, isn't he? You never know, switch his allegiances and all that. But yeah, I think either that he's gonna. I think he'll have some time out to end of the season, see what crops up. But again, he's talking to him. He's won what? He's won the league in Italy, England. He's won it in Spain, Portugal. So if he goes and does Germany or France,
Bayern Munich.
Yes, they need a new manager. Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Leaving.
He'd be good at Bayern
them,
Munich, to be fair.
yeah.
I think he'd be good at Bayern Munich.
As an ambitious coach, I'd go, I'll try and do Germany and France, get them two. And, the first geezer that's won sort of the top 6 nations leagues kind of thing. So,
But the only thing I say with Mourinho, if you look at his stats, he's on the decline. From where he started at, every single team he's gone to has got worse by points or wins or whatever it is. Every single one's got worse. So, that's the only thing I say, but it is looking like he's starting to decline a little bit.
Well, he needs to change his style of football.
Is what?
He needs to change his style of football. If you don't change his style of football for him personally and get up to date with how it is today, then there's no point of getting back into he ain't going to get another high-end job, I don't think.
I think if he gets a big job like Bayern, I think he'll do really well there. 'Cause I think if he gets a top club, that it's like top to knock, and it's hard to knock him off. Even in Celtic, I think he'd do really well there. But I think if he goes to another Tottenham, another project, then something he has to build with not much money, I think he'd really struggle.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then Spurs, what do you think next for Spurs? Who are they going to get?
Leipzig manager, isn't it? They're looking at.
I was going to say that.
They're saying Bayern are going to get him.
Right.
Apparently that's already done.
I have to see what Darren Anderson's doing then. Let's see what's going on. But yeah, I've heard him, and then Klinsmann's been mentioned, but again, I think that's like a fan favourite.
Klinsmann, there's not a chance
I know.
he's going there.
He's on the USA job, and that's about it, really.
Yeah,
Other than that, there isn't any sort of pro players there that do well. Maybe
very defensive as well.
Yeah. Well, what about him going back to Juventus now, aren't they? Allegri, because apparently they're going to sack Pirlo and he's going to get him back. Yeah. But other than that, again, there's not people are about Klopp this season. Same thing. Yeah, Rodgers, maybe. Maybe money talk.
Would Rodgers leave though?
Yeah, he's got a better team at Leicester, don't he? I think he has got a better team at Leicester.
Money talks. So if he doubles his wages, you never know, do you? You never know.
If
Tottenham come in and say we'll give you 200 million to spend, and you've got Harry Kane for another season, he probly does go.
Does Kane go though? Would you go? That's another thing. Would you go if you're Harry Kane now? If
100%.
He said if they don't make Champions League, he wants to leave.
Wow. Do you think he'll stay in England or do you think he'll go abroad?
Well, let's hope he comes to Liverpool, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
I think he'll stay in England, but I wouldn't. If he went abroad, I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, because he's been Tottenham through and through. I got a funny feeling he'd rather go to like a Real Madrid than say Man United, because I think the Tottenham fans would just hate him. You know what I mean? Sheringham did it; they hated him for it. Berbatov did it; they hated him for it. And Kane's sort of like their golden boy. And if he goes, which you wouldn't blame him because you want to win something, but I think he'd rather go to Real Madrid and something like, or even Paris Saint-Germain. You know what I mean? He'd boss over there.
Imagine Neymar, Mbappe, and Kane. Oh, that'd be ridiculous.
Exactly. So
and Pochettino as well.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, and they've got money for it. You know what I mean? So yeah, you never know. Pochettino might come calling. To be fair, you don't know. But yeah, I think he needs to leave. To be fair, Son's the same, really. But I think we'll only let one of them go. Yeah, I think Levy couldn't afford to let both go. Definitely not.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's still talking 150 million for him as well. So he's never can afford that nowadays as well. So he might be stuck there, Kane.
I don't know. I think he might kick up a fuss. To be fair, I think he might kick up a fuss. I think he might go a little bit cheaper. And if he just says, "Look, I'm not playing anymore," there's nothing more they can do, is there? Do you know what I mean? That's the.
He's still on the contract, though, isn't it, for a couple more years? That's the problem.
Yeah, but if he's saying I'm going, there's not much more you can do, really, is there?
But he's a Tottenham boy. Like I get Berbatov doing
yeah.
that and a few of us, but he's a Tottenham boy. We didn't really want that. You know what I mean? Whenever he goes back or anything like that, he won't be remembered as a legend. Will he really want to kick up a fuss? Because he could have done a long time ago. He could have left a couple of years ago, really, but he hasn't done. So
I think the problem is with Tottenham though now is because of the route they took with Mourinho. I think it's a complete rebuild job now, where you literally wait. It's going to be 3 or 4 seasons until they're back where they were with Poch, and I think Kane can't wait that long. Like,
would you go with someone like Eddie Howe then?
Yeah, it's too big for him. I think.
I think he's better off at the Celtic job.
I think if he, let's say he did a couple of years at Celtic and then came, then I think so. Yeah, but I think to do that as a step, like what Brendan Rodgers did, like Celtic and then went on. But I think it's too big for
Steven Gerrard. Would there be
Steven Gerrard, maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have that. I would not like that.
Oh, I'd be fuming, to be fair.
I would not like that at all. Like for me, Gerrard's just waiting for when Klopp decides to leave. For me,
yeah. If Gerrard wins back-to-back trophies or wins 3 leagues in a row or something like that, then it's his, I think, and it's Liverpool jobs is.
Yeah. I just say, why don't Spurs go for the former Germany manager that's about to leave?
Joachim Löw.
Mm.
He hasn't done great recently, though, has he?
He hasn't, but the guy still won a World Cup.
He didn't even get out of group stages for World Cup.
Yeah, but that tends to happen though. If you look at teams, if you look over the history recently, teams that have won the World Cup, the next one they've been terrible.
But, I don't remember what he did before Germany though. Did he?
Nothing. No, he didn't.
He went straight into that, did he?
Yeah, pretty much. I think they built him up from within type thing.
Right, under 21s and then kept on going with it. Yeah, I can't think what he's done before that, to be fair. But no, other than that, like I said, there's not many people out there that are free out there and are willing to take that on. Like I say, if you walked in first day interview, your first question would be, is Kane going? And then if he is, are you taking it? And how much money have I got if he does go? Because you know what I mean? I don't want to be left with having 9 million to buy Danny Ings or something. You know what I mean? I don't want that. I want something decent. And don't get me wrong, Danny Ings is decent, but that's the kind of thing Livy would do. He'd give him nothing. You know what I mean? So it's to be said out there. I wouldn't like to bet who would go there, to be fair.
No.
I think the only other guy I'm thinking is maybe that cheeky bet for the Ajax manager. He's pretty good.
Like Ten Hag or something like that.
Yeah, Ten Hag obviously got into the Champions League semi-final, and he's good at bringing the young youth players through, and that might be a way Spurs might want to look at it because obviously Tim Sherwood, for example, brought Kane through, and obviously that guy brings through young players, which means Levy would have to spend less money. So that might be a route that Spurs might go down. The youth, maybe looking at a manager like that goes for the youth and that kind of system.
Ryan Mason might get it. He might
29, though, isn't he?
I know, but he might win a couple of games and they might just go, we'll back him. If they're going to be in transition for the next couple of years, they might just.
I got track.
I'm sure they'll see him through. I'm sure he'll keep the job till the end of the season.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, they might just keep him on. I don't know, because like you said, there's not many top coaches available. Like now.
They might have a punt at Bielsa, Luke. You never know.
He's rumoured, to be fair.
I don't think he'd go there.
No, he won't go.
It's not his type of project. I said, he likes a club that he can feel part of it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the geezer lives above a fish and chip shop in Wetherby. So, you know what I mean? He's part of the community. You know what I mean? You see him walking around just around Wetherby like nobody's business. So
that's what I mean.
I don't think he'd like living in London and doing that kind of thing. I don't think he'd go at all, to be fair.
No.
And Leeds would burn Ellen Road down if he left. They really would. They would actually.
I don't know what I'd do, to be honest.
Your hair would fall out.
Oh no! I'd be at how. I love the man. Honestly, I don't know what I'd do.
Exactly. He's a legend already there, isn't he? So
yeah. I
can't fault him. I mean, the guy, right? But it's right. I coach junior football in the area, and one of the dads works in Morrison's. He went across to Wetherby there, and he come in. This has only happened a couple months ago. He come in with a couple of coaches. He was like, "Oh, how you doing?" Talk to him a bit. Anyway, and said that his little boy plays for our team. Anyway, and it's under 11s in our little area. His coach came back in the next morning with £100 in an envelope and said, Bielsa said, give this to the coach to get the kids some stuff for the coaching team.
As
that just shows the type of man he is.
Just on Bielsa as well, when it's the Christmas, when they all leave for Christmas, they do a raffle and he buys all the stuff, buys cars, £1,000 worth of vouchers and everything, and he gives it. They do giveaways for all the staff, all the catering staff and everything. So they all get like a brand new car and stuff. And it's all from Bielsa.
I'm working in the wrong place, me. Damn.
What do we get
ticket? But yeah, no, the geezer's sound. But yeah, Tottenham are screwed in the long, short and long term. Tottenham are screwed.
Being serious, though, in the next 3-5 years, I think Tottenham are like screwed. Like, Kane's going to go, and I think it's going to be a transition. I think it's going to be a while to the back.
Oh yeah, I think so as well. Yeah. Massive stadium and everything. It's just going to be ghost town.
Yeah. Okay, so next bit is the social media boycott. So it was announced this week that all the clubs in Premier League and all the players are going to boycott social media for a bit because of all the abuse that they've been receiving and stuff. What are your thoughts on that? Good thing to do.
3 days though.
It's what?
3 days. I mean, what's 3 days?
3 days, yeah. No.
What's 3 days
to make a point in it, but
maybe not make. I mean, it's come to the point where the players and the teams are having to make a point, not the actual social media companies doing something about it. And 3 days ain't going to do nothing. Do you know what I mean? We're on bank holiday weekend. Who cares? Whatever. No. Instagram will still be there. It's all Facebook. They don't care. No. 3 days ain't going to do nothing. I mean, I admit, like the players don't really sell anything on there. The clubs don't really sell anything apart from obviously their own kits and stuff. So it's not like they're earning Instagram or Facebook any money, really. They're just getting more followers to their platform for them to advertise to the people. So 3 days of them not shoving down some kind of advert down our throats while we look at our team on Instagram or Facebook ain't going to make a difference to them. They need to boycott it full stop until something completely changes, I think, to be fair. And I don't know why you just can't have something as simple as like you've got to register with your passport or your credit card. If you've got nothing to hide and no shame and you're not going to be trolling people, then I won't care if I just want to put my passport to log into a Facebook or whatever and set up an account. They already got my fingerprint and everything on iPhone anyway, so it don't matter what else they have. So it's getting to the point now. I think 3 days ain't going to make a lick of difference with anything. It's a nice gesture, but it ain't going to change nothing, I don't think, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that just because the players have gone off social media doesn't mean that there ain't going to be people still sending abuse to them anyway. Just because they can't see it, don't mean it still ain't going to happen, nonetheless. So I think, cool, they should boycott it, but I don't see why they should be waiting till next weekend. They should do it. They should just do it now. If you want to make a statement, get it done. Start now. Let's do it. Just say let's boycott it till further notice, not 3 days. Let's boycott it till further notice and go from there. Because I just think it's shocking. They just they keep getting this abuse and all this and that. Look how quick it is for the UEFA and all the football and everyone to jump on Super League for this and that. But this has been going on for years and years and years, and it's still going to go on. I want them to take the energy that they had from the Super League, and I want them to put it on this as well. Let's show how much you really care, because up to date I can't really see much. I don't really see that they care as much. Obviously, they're starting to do this now. 3 days, that's a joke. It's actually a joke when you think about it.
You look at UEFA as well. They give that guy from the Czech Republic a 10-match ban, but then again, Gleb Kamara 4-match ban for his reaction. Yeah. What the hell is that about? I'd have pimp slapped him for that then. If I knew he was going to be 4-match, I'd have gone deep on him. But it's just like they're not doing anything. Like I said, it's not financially hurting them. And if they did do it, and if the players just said, okay, because I mean, the majority of the players seem to be on the side of it, it would obviously. All the fans, everybody don't want the Super League. But if they did this and players said, right, we're not kicking the ball until this is sorted out, you would actually probably stem out the racist fans inside clubs as well. Because then all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, why are you kicking the ball? You'd have to get all that kind of thing. They'd be pushed out as well then. But the players should just go, I'm not doing a thing until this is sorted out. You know, I mean, if they truly believe it and they're backing their fellow professionals, or even if it is just, like I said, the black or minority players that just go, I'm not doing a thing until this is all sorted out. I mean, you'll never eradicate unfortunately. There's always going to be small-minded people in the world, but you'd like to think 98% of the world are for this and helping it out. So just don't kick a ball. Don't do anything until this is sorted out. And they'll soon sort it out quick enough because then they're losing money. Like Sean said, as soon as they lose money, they'll do something about it. So the players go, you know what, I'm not doing anything.
That's actually a really good idea. Stop playing. Stop play.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, because I mentioned that with the Big Six and the Super League and stuff, that it's like just because they were going to make money from it, everybody kicked off. Whereas, like, why aren't people kicking off about this more? Like, why aren't we protesting about this? Like, this has been going on for months about all these players getting racially abused and just abused in general. But why aren't we making a stand like this? Like, and like you say, like why are they saying no, we're not playing no more? Like, do you know what I mean? Why? I don't understand why.
It's
And
not just racism, though, is it? Though they've got look at the
everything.
Qatar.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, look at Qatar. They've got people that work in extreme conditions for literally 4 pence and a curly whirly an hour or something like that, and they're not doing anything. And because Qatar are paying loads of money to have this tournament, FIFA and UEFA are just turning a blind eye to all these people working out there in these conditions. So it's not just that. There's prejudice in the women's game, and all sorts of stuff, and it doesn't hurt them financially, so they don't care. So there's not just the racism, there's all sorts of things in the football that they do. And there's the moral compass of football sometimes is terrible. You look at the geezer that, I forget his name now, he got done for domestic violence. In the end, he got proven innocent, but clubs are still trying to give him trials and, he come play for us. And he was still basically on bail. I wasn't surprised if someone gave Adam Johnson
Evans.
I was surprised if someone gave Adam Johnson. That's it. I mean, he got proven innocent in the end. And like I say, you are innocent until proven guilty. But yeah, like I say, Adam Johnson's out in a couple of years. I wasn't surprised if someone gave him a contract if they were stuck. Because financially, we need a good player. And that's it. The moral compass sometimes in football is out the window, and it needs looking at completely, really, to be fair. And we are one of the leading countries. We are a lot better than most countries of race and stuff like that. But it needs more. It does need a lot more. And a lot more education as well, across Europe especially as well.
And that's the thing, though. Why is it that the football players and clubs have to do? Why is it they have to do this? You know, what the social media companies doing? Like you said about the passport, why aren't they introducing stuff? Why aren't they doing more? Do you know what I mean? And that's what I mean. If maybe this boycott, I don't know how it works, but maybe if the boycott, if obviously them not being on social media, maybe the social media companies might lose a little bit of money from that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's what you need to cut their source. If they're losing money, they'll start doing things. Do you know what I mean?
And you can put them security things in place. Man, like I said, I just hooked up a TV today. Within seconds, I logged on. Google emailed me. Someone's on your account. Someone's doing something. Within like 4 seconds. What are you doing? I'm like, it's me. It's okay. So why can't we do that with this? He's like, I can't even turn a damn TV on without Google kicking off with me. So it's, they can easily put it in. They can easily put it into the apps, stuff like that. It wouldn't be a problem. And like I say, if you've got nothing to hide and no shit, then everyone will be like, I don't care. Yeah, here's my passport number. Here's a credit card number. Here's my address, whatever. And it will stop people opening accounts and shutting them and doing whatever.
Exactly, People will still do it. Like, you'll still find a way to do it. Do you know what I mean? But it will make it harder for them people to do it. And that's,
you'll have to do it by pigeon.
But the thing is, but I agree with what you guys are saying. But the problem is, like I said, after all this happens, all the social media companies do is say, "Oh, this is awful." That's all, and that's it. They just bring out a statement. This is terrible. We're gonna do this, do that. Nothing. That's the thing. They don't care. Like I said, and it also goes back to taking of the knee. Obviously, for reasons like this is why we're taking a knee. Obviously, with the boycott, and they're trying to do something else a bit more. I get that, but for me, the players probably should keep taking the knee. Which also brings me on to the slight point of, like, in the Olympics, they're banning taking the knee, which means obviously in other sports, not just football, which will be played in the Olympics, them banning taking of the knee. That's shocking. That just for me, that just
why have they banned it? Why have they banned it?
Political views. No, it's more just political views, I think, and that's the main thing. They don't want it. They don't want it at the Olympics, because obviously I assume fans will be coming into the stadiums back when the Olympics happens, but I think the fans probably aren't going to react well to that either, and it's just political view and stance, and obviously not all countries and people will agree with it, which is the crazy thing about it.
I'm surprised because Japanese people are the most welcoming people in the world, so I'm surprised with Japan being the country they are as well. I don't think they'd have a problem with it. The public there are wonderful people. They embrace loads of cultures, and one of the most iconic things in the Olympics was the power to the people. The 3 athletes that stood there with the fists in the air. Everyone knows about that. It's iconic, and things can be done at Olympics because it reaches a worldwide audience. Football does, but Olympics does just as much as well. And then you've got people like Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens went to Berlin and outran everybody in front of Hitler. And that's a brave brother to do that. With like 4 or 5 gold medals. He came back to America. Not a single person greeted him. Not a single person said, "Well done, thank you." No, you're still another brother. Get in there, whatever.
Yeah.
And he did that in front of Hitler. He ran it. I mean, that's some scary stuff. And so the Olympics can be a massive, massive springboard for change. So I'm surprised that they have done it. I think they just don't want the grief of this and that. I'm very surprised, really. They could have used the Olympics to unite a lot of people. I thought, really, to be fair.
That's true.
And it takes it away from the football side of it as well. But we spoke about this before about, obviously the football side of it, why they're doing it. It's just to make a stand. And although it's just it's a tiny thing that, it's probably not making any difference, but it's still a tiny stand that they're doing something. So to even reject that, it just sort of puts it under a cloud, really, doesn't it? But you can't really.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Hope for better days, eh?
Yeah, indeed. We still have the volleyball.
So now we're going on to the Jamaica side of it. So we're going to do our
Reggae boys.
Yeah, the Reggae boys.
Wagwan people.
Yeah. So right, we'll kick off then. Goalkeepers. I can remember one.
Hit me. Who's the one? Who's the one you got?
That Devon Ricketts.
Yeah, it's Ricketts. Yeah, there's Dwayne Miller as well. He was a class goalkeeper, to be fair. A lot of the brothers wore tracky bottoms, and you can never trust a goalkeeper tracky bottoms on. To be fair, it's a written rule. Corrali, all the rest of them, Speroni, not anyone with them. Karine, anyone with tracky bottoms on with some JD Sports on, you can't trust them in goal. But yeah, we haven't been blessed with great goalkeepers. But yeah, I mean, the good thing about Ricketts and Miller was they were one of the few actual Jamaican lads. Like the France '98 team, the majority of the players that played in the qualifiers were from Jamaican League. A couple are playing in Europe, and then as soon as they got to the World Cup, obviously the likes of Dion Burt and stuff like that said, you know what, my pops is Jamaican and whatever. And don't get me wrong, like if Jamaica called me up, I'd be straight on the plane to go play for them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get a call from Southgate anytime soon. So I get it. But what was a shame a little bit about that World Cup was Dion Burton, Robbie Earle, loads of them from England then took over from the original lads that got there. I think the lads that got there should have been given the chance to, just even if they lost every game, the fact they got there. And don't get me wrong, we beat Japan, obviously got hammered by Argentina as well. So, but it was great when they scored. And remember the commentator saying Jamaica scored, start of the part, and it cut to the right-hand side of the stadium and just a cloud of smoke went up. Got me the brother in the back barbecuing as well. I was like, what is going on? So it was good times, but it's just a shame really with that. And it's happening a bit now as well. A lot of players are obviously joining to get this next World Cup. And it is a lot of the English players that are towards the back end of the careers thinking, I'm not going to get it in. Like Nathan Redmond's just applied and asked if he can come play for Jamaica, which, again, you'd take these players to the qualifiers and get them qualified through. The one big thing with Jamaica, what they didn't do in France 98 was use that money from that World Cup to build an infrastructure. They don't have the training facilities. They have one physio. They took a team to Saudi Arabia the month, had one physio. Leon Bailey had to bring his own. They don't have and they put all their money in athletics, which again, I get that it's a better thing, and then it's cricket and then generally football. But they didn't use that as a springboard to then, you know what, let's get our league up and running, let's get everything going. The league's competitive, but the pitches are terrible and stuff like that. But they should have done a lot more with what they had. And unfortunately, a lot of these lads, yes, they've got Jamaican roots like myself. But you're talking, I mean, like Andre Gray's gone there now. Casey Palmer. He's now playing for Jamaica. Ravel Morrison's playing for Jamaica now. But you had ones that did it earlier, didn't you? Like Mariappa, Morgan, Hector. They were all there. But there's one lad that plays for Anderlecht for company, and he's Kemal Lawrence, and he didn't get called up for the last one because they couldn't afford to fly him out from Belgium to Jamaica to the qualifiers. And he's our best left back. So they were like, we can't do it. So he actually went onto social media to say, I'm willing to play. I'll play for nothing. You'd have to pay me. But you need to pay me to get across there. I need to pay his flights and whatever. And I mean, I'm taking the risk. And what they did with the Jamaican lads, they were putting them on just normal planes, commercial planes, whereas all international planes go on private or they go first class. They were sat with like people with babies and stuff in the back. And it was just, they don't get treated right on the international duty. So a lot of the players are kind of getting a little bit upset with it now. So hence why they've gone, you know what, we'll play most of our qualifiers in Europe if we can. And then we'll get most of these lads in. You've got Bobby Reid at Fulham, who's been there since day one, class player. Even looking at Ivan Toney, they're trying to get Ivan Toney signed up, which would be a good one. Mason Holgate, another one. I've got Kyle Walker-Peters, Antonio, Kemar Roos now applied.
Kemar Roos, yes, I saw that one. Yeah.
You got Rolando Aarons, spent a few games at Newcastle. So I mean, don't get me wrong. If it gets them to the World Cup, then brilliant. But then what happens when it comes to the Gold Cup and the qualifiers again? These players won't want to play for him, and then as soon as the World Cup comes back round again, we'll play for you again. So I've got mixed feelings on it, unfortunately. Just to go off key from the best 11.
Right, we'll run it back in. Right, goalkeepers.
I'm going to go Dwayne Miller.
Dwayne Miller. I'm going Ricketts. That's the only one I've heard of. Are you going, Sean?
Okay.
I'll go for Miller.
No. Right, defence. We'll go 4 at the back for defence. Right, you've mentioned quite a few of them. To be fair, Del, the ones I was going to say. I think Mapara has to get in there. Is it Mapara? How do you say it?
Mapara?
No, the Watford one. How do you say his name?
Mariappa. Yeah, Mariappa. Yeah. Mapara, Mariappa. But it's between him and obviously McAnuff. Because Joby McAnuff used to play
He was a winger.
Was he? I thought he was a fullback. He wasn't a fullback?
A winger. He used to play for Leighton Orient, didn't he?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened then?
Yeah.
Some Jamaica must have heard me.
Right, so we're on the defenders. So we're on Mariappa is one of them.
Yeah.
I think he has to get in.
Play.
Where's Morgan?
Where's
Morgan? Morgan has to? Yeah, I mean, the first Jamaican to lift a Premier League trophy. Do you know what I mean? You got to do that. I don't know if you guys remember Ian Goodison. He played at Hull.
Yes. Legend for Tranmere,
old school champ manager kind of play. But yeah, he was good back in the day. You know what I mean? I did like him. I must admit, Ian Goodison was a good player. He probably wasn't as good as your Hectors and your Mariappas, but again, just a solid, good sign on champ manager with Taribo West. You know, I mean, you couldn't go wrong really. To be fair,
Frank Sinclair as well.
Yeah. Frank Sinclair. To be fair, look like my dad in this shit. That guy was like 18 stone when he played with Jamaica. He was there for the yams. That was it. The yams and good, man. Yeah, but he was all right. I'd still go with Gardner. I think on the left hand side. I must admit. Yeah.
So what you say, Gardner left back?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then put Wes Morgan and Mariappa in centre back.
Yeah.
And
then who would you go right back?
Is McAnuff not a right back? I swear McAnuff was a right back.
No, he's winger. He's definitely a winger.
Oh.
I think there's Darren Moore. Did Darren Moore play for him?
I don't.
It was Jamaican. It was Jamaican, but I don't know if he played for him.
I'm not sure he played for us, but no, I'm not sure about him.
I think we'll go Frank Sinclair.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
Yeah. Where do you keep going?
I have no idea, man. I have no. Honestly, someone's pissed in Jamaica. I tell you, someone's annoyed me. To be fair, my little boy's probably on Fortnite kicking somebody's butt, and he keeps cutting out the internet connection. But yeah, we're moving from the right backs.
Right back, Frank Sinclair. I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll put Frank Sinclair.
Frank Sinclair. Yeah, right. We'll go Frank Sinclair.
Why not?
Right, midfield. So, what are you saying for midfield?
Bailey probably has to go in there, isn't it?
Yeah, Bailey has to go.
You got many good players in there, so I don't think we got too many top players in there. So, Casey Palmer, he plays at Bristol City.
Yeah. Whitmore could do a job on there as well.
Didn't really have many midfielders, did they? Jamaica.
Theodore Whitmore was one of the best ones, I'd say. Theodore Whitmore, but he played more central. He played more central with them. But yeah, he'd probably go Bailey on there if he wasn't going to play on the left. He often plays on the right for Leverkusen and cuts in when they play a 4-3-3. So he'd probably go Leon Bailey. And to be fair, he's probably going to be the best Jamaican player of all time, to be fair, if he carries on the trajectory he's going.
Yeah.
So.
Rudy Austin as well.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
He was terrible at Leeds. Oh,
he was terrible at Leeds.
To be fair, he had one. I used to say he had one really good game every 10. Every 10 games he'd play. Like he played Spurs. We played Spurs in the cup. It was literally unreal. Like played him off the park. Like I think Scott Parker in centre midfield just absolutely bullied him. And then we won't see him for another 9 games. He was terrible.
We'd be chilling. That's why.
He always looked hungry as well. Like always like proper hungry.
I think he had the same boots since he was 14. I think he was like wrong size or something. He was always like that when he frowned. He wasn't happy. I remember him being not happy, but yeah. Oh, Austin, yeah. I forgot about Austin, yeah. And then I'd probably next to him have to go Reed. Diaco Reed, to be fair.
Oh, yes. Diaco Reed, yes.
I know he can play like sports striker as well, but Fulham now. Reed.
Oh, Bobby Reed. Oh, yeah.
Bobby Reed.
Yeah.
Play Premier League nowadays as well.
Yeah, he'd be quite good in that role. He's done all right this season, too. He had a good little run, didn't he?
He's had a good season, I think, as well for Fulham, to be fair.
Yeah, he had a good couple of games anyway. He was out on fire for a couple of them.
I think he's one of Fulham's better players. Yeah. I think he's one of Fulham's good players this season.
Yeah.
But didn't we have Raphael Morrison that just never played for us? Because he was meant to play for Jamaica.
Robert Monts, yeah, he's been called up.
Yeah, I don't think he had a team at the time. He was in Mexico for a bit when he first got called up, and then
he's got 2 caps, so you probably put him in.
He's played a couple of friendlies now for Jamaica. Yeah, but he was on. I think he was playing in Mexico when he first got called up. Then he was on Sheffield Wednesday on trial. I mean, the boy changes clothes more than I change underpants. So to be fair, I can never remember where he's at. To be honest, Robert Morrison, just a shame of talent, really. But he has played well recently. I think he played against Saudi Arabia actually in the last friendly. To be fair, so he's got potential because obviously, talent-wise, he's one of the best players we've got. It's just obviously his own attitude towards the game itself, and I think just how he does things, really, how he goes about himself and how he does things. Like I say, in Mexico, he had quite a good little career going on in Mexico, and he come back to England, and the same thing, he's just getting shipped around different clubs and never really settles anywhere. So, but if he can do, he could be a good force for Jamaica. To be fair,
What do you reckon then for last midfielder? There's also Gareth McCleary, we haven't mentioned as well.
Oh yeah,
Joby McAnuff as well.
Yeah, McAnuff got I think about 10 or 12 caps. McCleary's been good. I must admit, McCleary always goes when he gets called up. Same with Aarons, really, Orlando Aarons. I probably have to go with McCleary, to be fair.
Well, actually, we forgot about them. So if we mention the ones that might get called up, Redmond and Demarai Gray.
Well, both of them got to play for me. I'll play them both.
Yeah.
Out wide,
Demarai Gray's at Leverkusen now.
Isaac Hayden as well for Newcastle.
But isn't Isaac Hayden? Isn't he? Is he a right back?
Yeah. Again,
no, he's centre back. Centre midfield. Sorry, normally plays centre midfield for Newcastle, doesn't he?
You can play like defensive midfield as well.
Yeah, defensive mid.
Yeah, you can play DM. But I think he's like wrong side of 30 now, so it will be a short international career. But
yeah,
they've got a good little team. I mean, you're talking a good. I mean, Bailey's obviously he's top level, but the rest of them, you're talking a good championship side. If you got them all together and played them, they do okay in the championship. I think you know what I mean. So they give Barnsley a good game.
Hey, Barnsley are on form at the moment.
I know.
So what we say, Redmond for your last one? We got Redmond.
Yeah, I'd put Redmond in. Yeah. I think he'd probably get me the most goals. Those lot would get me the most goals. So,
right, and then we've got strikers. So what are you saying for strikers?
Oh, this is tough because I can't. I feel like Ricardo Fuller's got to play because he's just a big, huge guy up front. Lump.
Yeah. There's another dude as well, Walter Boyd. He was a beast and all. He was a poor man's Drogba, but he was good at it. Don't get me wrong. But Walter Boyd was another one. He was an absolute unit. There's Shamar Nicholson now as well. He was a good player. Who's doing well for us. Yeah. I'd love to have Ivan Toney. Like I said, Ivan Toney.
He's a £30 million striker now. Do you know what I mean? Like if you had him.
Oh yeah.
Antonio.
Mick Antonio would be a good addition.
Kemar Roof.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Jamal Lowe, the one from Swansea. We got him too.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned as well for defenders, Mason Holgate as well for Everton.
They've asked about him. He's not really. He's not said anything yet. Whether I think he's still holding out for maybe in England. Yeah, he's one of them ones. There's been a few routes to apply for passport. Robert Morrison's got his. Antonio's applying for his passport, but Redmond's asked, and then Holgate's not made a decision yet.
Okay.
There's another lad at Arsenal with 23s. They're trying to get signed up as well. I forget his name now though, but they're trying to get him signed up. But I think a lot of them they're going to be 25 to 30 age that are going to make that decision. Really, I mean, like Ivan Toney. Would you say Ivan Toney? Would you think? Look at Watkins. I'll leave it maybe a season. See if I go up and see how I get on. I might get a call for England. You never know. To be fair, as long as you're not like a one-cap wonder like Dave Nugent, you're all right. You know what I mean?
I said that there's quite a few players, weren't there, for England that you would have said that a good season in the Prem, they could easily make it in the England squad. Do you know what I mean? Like Shadow's another one I said. Yeah, look at that's what I mean. So it's Kevin Davis. Kevin Davis got one, didn't he?
Yeah. Who's that guy who played for Bolton? Bolton lad who played for
Kevin Davis. Yeah, that's what I mean. Kevin Davis.
No, the other one.
The
other dude. No, there's another dude that played for Bolton up front, and he literally played one game. He scored against Holland or something in a friendly, and never saw him again. Michael Ricketts.
Michael Ricketts. Yeah, he got Michael Ricketts.
Wait, how the hell? He got an England cap in a Kinder egg. How the hell did he? I was like, what the? Who called him?
Jay Boothroyd. Remember Jay Boothroyd? He won in Championship as well.
He actually got 10 goals in Serie A him for Perugia once. He bossed it in Serie A once, yeah. So at least he got something. But yeah, it shows like it's another thing with internationals. I hate the fact they do it like 2 weeks into the season, November, March. Because then you do get players that have like a good month that get a cap that shouldn't be nowhere near it. I think you should be play the season, finish maybe April, early May, and then England squad together for 2 or 3 months. Play all your games then. Then you can go, right, you're the best keeper this season, the best right back, and have your best players for the season, not some geezer that's banged in 3 and got goal of the month and next thing you know, never seen again. But each to their own, eh? So it is. But yeah, there's a few like that.
We've got some decent strikers though. Like we've forgotten like Marlon King, Jermaine Beckford.
I've got them. Yeah. Kevin Lisby, Jason Newell. Trevor, do you remember Trevor Benjamin?
Jason Newell. Yeah,
Trevor Benjamin. Yeah. Robbie Earl's got mentioned
Sean Bartlett as well. I know he's South Africa, I think.
Barry Howells. Remember
Barry Howells? I remember him.
He was fucking funny.
Oh my goodness.
Jason Newell.
Darren Byfield as well.
Yeah. Dion Burton. Yeah, Simon Jackson's doing up.
Andre Gray, but obviously he's still playing. Andre Gray.
Andre Gray, I'd rate him now. To be fair, I mean, if you
who did he play for in the Prem? Did he play in Prem still for Burnley?
He's at Watford.
Is he Watford? Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't get rid of him. He's on 75 grand a week. No word of a lie. And that's why they couldn't get rid of him. And don't get me wrong, he's bossed it, and he's walking around with a little mix misses on his arm as well. So he's living life. But the reason they couldn't get rid of him, 75 grand a week, Watford was on. So Watford was like trying to get rid of him, they couldn't. So yeah, he's a good player. I rate him. How he does international level, I don't know. Who knows really? But if I went for, I'd have to go classic. If I pick my best 11, I'd have to go Walter Boyd, and then I'd have to go probably Dion Burton, maybe. I'm gonna stick with that.
Sean, what are you going for?
They're not the best ones, but for what they've done, I'd say them.
I'm getting a big lump. I'm Fuller, and I don't know. It's a tricky one because I don't know. Ricardo Fuller, and I think I'll go Roof, and I think the reason I'll go Roof is because he's done those players that he can't just play up front. He can drop into midfield area and help out as well. And if you can just leave Ricardo Fuller up front, so his versatility.
That goal for Stoke he scored, that spin move he did.
Yeah,
for Stoke.
I thought time stood still. The way he just spun like that.
It was awesome. It was brilliant. I'll never forget that. I love it on Premiership years. I see stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God.
I love that.
He's like Robson Cardew for Wales that time in the Euros.
That was a great goal, that though, wasn't it?
Something you'd never thought you'd see. I had no clue, did he?
He smashed it as well. He didn't even have a club. Do you remember? He didn't even have a club, and he smashed it, and then he got
That's it.
Got his hand up, didn't he? And then there was that keeper.
On him.
Yeah, and then that keeper that played for Northern Ireland. He didn't even have a club, and then he smashed it for him in the Euros, and then he got a club as well, didn't he? I'll go for, if we're going for legends, I'm going to go Lisby and Newell, just as a double, like Charlton, the Charlton pair.
Super Kev.
Yeah, and then if I go for quality, I'll go Antonio and Tony. I think they're probably the best two out there at the moment.
They'd be a handful up front, them two, you know.
Yeah,
he would. He'd be a good fit for West Ham, Ivan Toney. To be fair, he would be a good fit for them and the way they play. I think if Brentford don't go up, I think somebody might have a little go and try and get him. You know,
they're clever. Brentford out there. They are very clever with the strikers and stuff. Watkins they bought for what? They bought Tony for $5 million. Bought Watkins for $5 million. And sold them both for 25. 30.
Yeah. To be fair to Tony, he was doing well with Peterborough for a while as well. He was bossing it, but they're very shrewd at what they do and then moving the players on. So I can't. You know, it's not worked out for me, Janssen. Thanks for leaving. That's one good thing. But they are pretty shrewd at what they do, to be fair. And I kind of hope they do get there eventually at Premier League. I'm a little bit. I'm going off track a bit now, but I'm a little bit like with Norwich and Watford. It's just like they'll do the same thing. They'll get called up a month later. They'll sack the manager, then they'll go down again. It's like, oh, for God's sake. 4 or 5 times in a row. I like seeing new teams in there. I know Barnsley were former Premier League, but it'd be nice to see them come up. Reading, I'm not really too fussed, but I'm kind of a bit like Watford, Norwich. It's like, here we go again.
Yeah. I think definitely Norwich. I think they'll come straight back down because I just think they won't invest any money. So it's unless you throw a bit of money at it, they'll come straight back down. I think.
Usually when the clubs do it 3 or 4 times, eventually they get it right. And Norwich have kept a lot of players. They managed to keep Max Aarons. So I thought you never know. But like I said, they need investment. And look at the difference with Leeds. They went into Premier League and straight away they managed to get a Spanish international for 30 million. No Championship team has that pull like Leeds did, to be fair. So Norwich can't do that unless Daniel Farke's got a cousin that's related to Pele or something. You know what I mean? So it's not I do like Daniel Farke though. I think he's brilliant.
He's good, yeah.
He's brilliant.
He is a good manager.
I just like his accent. I think he's brilliant. I think he's cool.
He's done well, to be fair. He has done well as well to get him straight back up.
Yeah, man. Keeps that hair shiny as well. You know, he's shampooing that twice a day.
He's probably cool, like, isn't he?
Like German stuff. It's what I'm saying. The geezer's a smooth as. You know what I mean? He's a smooth as.
Who's
got about
manager?
4 wives.
Who's a Watford manager now?
Cisco, not the guy that sang Thongskon. It is a guy called Cisco. But yeah, not the Thongskon dude. It is. It's a guy called Cisco. Come out of nowhere. Yeah. But yeah, not the little dude with the bleached blonde hair. Not that dude. But but they'll sack him anyway. They'll sack him and get somebody else in. Pearson will come back for a few months and then they do all in Watford.
So that's a Jamaican team. Pretty decent team, to be fair. Pretty decent team.
Going forward.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon you'll qualify for the next World Cup or?
I hope so. Obviously now, as it's mainly USA and Mexico. USA now are really starting to kick in with their players. They are really there's a lad at Valencia now, obviously former Arsenal player. You've got Pulisic, you've got Reina at Dortmund. USA's Dest. I think USA, seriously, in the next 10, 15 years will start to sort of compete because they're just the size of the nation.
Well, it's sort of the Beckham effect, isn't it? It's been... When he's joined Galaxy, I think it's been like 10, 15 years of everyone getting into soccer type thing. He's probably started to kick off on it. So, and
again, the females always done better because it's one of them things. Unfortunately, like now it's brilliant because girls can play football, can play all the sports. I think it's brilliant that they should be included in everything. But American sports are generally hand sports. Everything they do is hand. Lacrosse, basketball, American football. So the girls were like, okay, we're not allowed to play that. We'll take up the soccer or football. I mean, so the football's starting to get big in America now. And they're starting to obviously appreciate the fact that you can draw a game because in America that's Armageddon. If you draw something, it has to be a winner and a loser. It's just like it's the end of the bloody world. Like what? So I remember the MLS started. They started doing penalty shootouts, didn't they? At the end, it was like just to get a winner, and it was like, oh my god. So but they do look like a force. Mexico are always brilliant. So if we can sneak that third playoff. And it differs. Sometimes FIFA give us it. Sometimes they say you've got to then play somebody from the Oceania one to play off to get in. So it all depends on how Costa Rica and Panama turn up. Sometimes they can turn up with an half-decent squad. But I feel confident. We got to the Gold Cup final a couple of years ago, got beat by USA in the final. But if these lads come in and they can get them gelling quick enough and they can get the coaching staff around them, that's the big thing. It's all good and well bringing Antonio up with it, but then we don't have a coaches. We've got Theodore Whitmore's coach. You've not got decent coaches and decent tactician. It doesn't matter who you've got in there. You're not going to beat the likes of Mexico and USA. So maybe I'd like to say yes. You never know. You don't need the money. Just give him a part of the island or something.
He'll be like, he'll be on phone to Fellaini. He'll be like, Fellaini, can you get a Jamaican passport?
Honestly. If Mourinho turned up with a Jamaican accent, I would piss. It'd be brilliant. It'd be so good. Oh man, just turn up with a string vest on. Just you know what I mean. You've got living life. I'm like, oh man. I'd take Mourinho as much as, like I said, he thinks he's done in football. I'd take him for Jamaica all day long.
I think that's a good way to finish. So to end the podcast, we're saying Mourinho for Jamaica.
That's it.
And then
the special one. Yeah, man.
Del, do you want to just finish off just saying what your channel is, what your channel's about and everything?
Yeah, I do. Obviously, I'm a grown-ass man doing PlayStation games on YouTube as you do. Hey, who cares? Yeah, I play a lot of Pro Evo on there, mainly football. So we do, obviously, your Master Leagues, you become a Legends. It's basically football, comedy, all sorts of good things on there as well. So it's Reggae Boy Gaming. Search it on YouTube. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers quick, because otherwise the missus is going to shut off the internet because you're saying you're wasting your life. But we're going to try and get there. But yeah, no, it's going well. It's going good. You featured in the series, obviously last year, Luke, didn't you? One of the players as well. So we do one for subscribers. We do one where at the moment I'm doing a subscriber one. So subscribers all get a character in the game. I do a journeyman one. So the guy goes around different countries every year, a bit like they do on Football Manager and stuff. And then, like I said, I got to become a legend where I started off as a 16-year-old Jamaican kid playing in the Red Stripe League, which I edited myself and put on there. And then he's currently at Arsenal at the moment. So he's worked his way through. I think he went to China, then Germany. Now we're at Arsenal trying to beat Thierry Henry's record. So like I say, it's good football stuff. It's pretty much daily. And like I say, a bit of comedy, a bit of PlayStation stuff. And come check us out.
Yeah, it's brilliant to be fair. Yeah, so I was on it last year as one of the players. And As a winger, wasn't I? Like 5'5" winger, smashing it up. And
the smallest player in the league.
Smallest player in the league. The rule was he wasn't allowed to sign anyone smaller than me. So And then he did one this year, and I said I wanted to be a goalkeeper, but he wouldn't let me because I'm only 5'5". But maybe next year I can be a goalkeeper.
That's it. Yeah, we did like a raffle draw and everything for the subscribers. So yeah, it was good. It was good, to be fair.
Yeah, but make sure to check it out. It's really good channel to watch. And thanks for coming on, Del.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Really good laugh. And we'll get you on again and talk more. Do some random squads again for something else. Good laugh. Cool. John, do you want to finish off anything?
Look forward to it. No, thanks.
Like Luke said, thank you, Del, for joining us as well. Just for everyone out there, just check out our Instagram page and Facebook page and Castbox page at Let's Talk with Sean and Luke. And thank you for watching.
Cheers, guys.